Hey, everybody. Look at you. Look at what you did. You got all crazy. You landed in the infinite regression. Oh, boy. What a time it is to be alive, landing in the infinite regression. It just goes on and on and on. You ain't never going to get out of here. But I tell you what we got. Every now and again, we do weekend type thing. Not necessarily every weekend, but since since break times have been happening, it's been happening a lot because every day is a weekend when it's break time. Am I right? You know I'm right. Anyway, but this time it's on an actual weekend. So whatever, man. You could tell, yeah, that it's weekend times because it's happening Friday night. Anyway, look at this. Huh? Huh? Look at this business right here. And because it's an official episode, we do have to go around the horn and say hello to all the white people. You know they're in here. Braxton's over there. He's, the man with the words, puts the words in my mouth. So if you have any problem with my mouth words, that's the guy you talk to right over there, Braxton. Braxton, how you feel about that? Taking responsibility for everything that comes out of my mouth. Good, bad, or otherwise. How you feel about that? He is largely unresponsive. He melted like that one girl in that one commercial that's like, don't do Marriage of Wanna, or you won't be a fun friend anymore. You'll just melt in the couch because you don't know the difference between indica and sativa. Actually, here's a little inside baseball, boys and girls. A little bit of inside baseball. I do indica, which is supposed to put you in the couch, and every time it's like, let's get a show written. Like, let's get stuff done. It's time. We can't waste time. We got to do this now. And I have fun doing it. I have a really good time doing it. Unlike Braxton over here, he gets on the devil's lettuce. He gets all lazy. Freaking Ian, talk about this guy. Ugh, what a loser. What a grotesque, disgusting, just oozing, weeping sore on the inside of the mouth of humanity. Humanity got to get its mouth checked out. It's like, go friggin' see someone about that. You got pustules and uvulations on the inside of your. It's gross, and that's Ian. That gross thing, that's Ian. You should have him removed. I'm trying to get him removed from this show. I would love to have him removed from this show. His greasy head, his pockmarked face. Would love to get that greasy head out of here, except for nepotism. Huh? Little nepotiz. That's right. Freaking Chaz over here is like, oh, well, nepotism makes the world go round. That's what I'm all about. My God, this freaking guy, I tell you what, is ridiculous. It is redonkitude. That he got freaking Ian over here, got him in the door. Ian's a waste of space. Quite frankly, like, we're worried about, the death of the rainforests and the melting polar ice caps and, all sorts of terrible things happening to the environment. We could unburden the planet by at least one. I mean, this guy, he's not what we call a producer of anything worthwhile. Do you know what this guy does? Chaz, this is your flesh, your blood. Something that is, like linked to you, unlike your daughter's former best friend who, like, God knows what that girl does to you, what you trick her into doing. But it sounds gross, seems gross. I'm grossed out by it. Anyway, but you're freaking flesh and blood over here. Chaz, I'm telling you, like, come on. This guy is grotesque, and we could just well do without him. Yeah, these are facts about the world, Chaz. You just deal with them. You are gross, and your little nepotistic nephew is just fucking disgusting. It's insane the amount of pus and blood that this guy weeps out of his like nose and stuff. It's God is disgusting, and I swear like there's an oil slick on the doorknobs and stuff because he gets sweaty hands and stuff that he comes in here. Oh my God, I can't tell you how gross he is. But not only is he gross, Chaz, do you know what he spends his time doing? He's supposed to be advertising the show, right? Right? We all agree. We advertise the show. He is in charge of that. That's how nepotism works. We put your nephew in charge of getting the word out about this show. I mean, like, we've been on undersides of park benches. We've been inside, tampon trash cans and, all sorts of stuff like that. Like, we've been terrible places. Inside's a mailbox. Like I said, sooner or later we'd be inside a hobo's asshole, but he hasn't gotten that far yet. Don't think that he won't, given the chance. I mean, now that he's heard it, he'll be like, oh, maybe somebody will be looking up a hobo's asshole. Yeah, the coroner later. It's a sad story. We just sweep it under the rug because American society, man, we just want to sanitize everything. Am I right? You know I'm right. Comedy. Anyway, hey. This guy, though, advertising, you know where we're advertised this week? You know where we're advertised this week? Do you know? Yeah. He hired a skywriter in Billings, Montana. But we couldn't get cleared for the airspace inside Billings proper, so he had to do it like 20 miles outside of Billings, where even people inside Billings had a hard time making out all of the words that were being spelled out, which were advertising the show. And that's the only place he did it. He spent the entire budget because the guy crashed his plane, and then we went out and bought him a new plane. Like, that's how this idiot is spending this show's money. Do you understand that? It's unconscionable in this economy with, war in Ukraine and shit. Come on. You think we can afford airplanes for every skywriter that comes along? No, we can't. And I'm asking you, Chaz, for fuck's sake, to run a better show. And speaking of showrunners, hey, because you're just, executive producing and shit, which is like putting a credit on it, not doing anything as far as I could tell. You say you take meetings. I never see these meetings. What are they, on the golf course? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, showrunner Clarissa over here. Like, third straight week in a row, she is face down, ass up. And, just, my God, this woman and her drinking problem. I mean, I have problems of my own. You know I do. But, like, this woman, we got it. After a while, she is a hazard to herself and to the gropey nature of fucking Kaysen over here, always trying to get 2 scoops like he's Kellogg's Raisin Bran or some nonsense. Anyway, this fucking guy, you gotta watch him. You gotta watch Aiden too, because, douche canoe parents named him Aiden. It's like a warning to the universe. Fucking douchebag ahead. Anyway, regardless, all these people, white people, are in here. We went around the horn. There's only one person we didn't mention. Stanley the Manly. Yeah. Stanley, I want to say so many terrible things about you, but legally I cannot. Just know that I'm thinking them as you do the one thing that you do on this show, which we are contractually obligated and legally forced to let you do. Would you take it away, please, Stanley? We can type fan volume 41. You know, these shingles look like dicks. Shut up, Stanley. This is smart design. This is like graphic designer stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like dicks. They look like cool, multicolored shingles on a fun miniature house in a gentrified area somewheres. Oh, delicious beverage. Thank you, SodaStream, for allowing me to make delicious beverages. Thank you. You are wonderful, and I appreciate you more and more every day, SodaStream. This episode, not brought to you by SodaStream. They wouldn't want to be associated with shit like this. That's fucking insane. Moving on with your host, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons. Yeah, you know who it is. Anyway, look at me. I'm wearing blue and yellow. That's Ukrainian flag colors. Just showing my support for the Ukrainians in their fight against fucking bitch-ass Putin and his shitty shit. He's perpetrated a lot of shit, Putin has, and we gotta fucking, like, you guys are helping put him in his place, and we, the world, appreciate that shit, and we see you, and we appreciate you. Oh, man, keep going. Like, you guys, for fuck's sake, I mean, giving humanity something to believe in 2022, that is not something we saw coming. We did not see it coming. And Putin sure as fuck didn't see it coming. He's like, yeah, they'll roll over. It'll be super easy. Meanwhile, your grandmothers are like fucking, making Molotov cocktails and shit. Like you have armed the little old ladies in the street, and they're like taking out drones with jars of tomatoes and shit. Like, for real, it's amazing. You guys are incredible. Keep up the fight. Hopefully we will hold Putin to account on this. He has committed war crimes and should be held to account. Anyway, let's not get too heavy top of the show, but we're thinking about you, Ukraine. Thinking about you all the time. Hey, guy, play the deal. You know what I mean. I sure do, my friend. I sure freaking do. Let's hear it.
This has always been the theme song. This has always been the theme. This has always been the theme song. This has always been the theme.
Ah, yes, the cha of hope, the cha of strength, the cha of unity, the cha of good things to come. Anyway, hey, good times, people, good stuff. Here we go. This week's episode, something, probably. Now, full disclosure, the show is written. Like, I'm not recording this part and then writing what's ahead of me and then recording more. I have done it that way before, and it's usually terrible. You got to be in writing mode when you're in writing mode. You got to be in performing mode when you're in performing mode. I'm in performing mode right now. Am I ready to write stuff? Fuck no. Anyway, it's already written. But this shit got thrown together very quickly. Because it had to. Anyway, this is the last chance that I have to record a comedy show before the end of the break. And so I'm taking it. I wrote stuff. I'm recording it right now. It's going to be fun. is going to be good. There's some shit in there that like I'm excited for. But yeah, when I set out to write this, like just bear in mind, I didn't know what any of this shit was going to be until I just started doing it. And it came together remarkably quickly. So just be aware. Anyway, oh, yeah, Rem's vintage video games. Okay, we're going to go through. These are some of the more rare and notable games in my video game collection. There's some shit in here you probably never seen anywhere else, but like, come on, guys. I am a notable figure of the 21st century, and therefore, as such, I got some bomb ass video games, you know? I got some shit you ain't never heard of because I can fucking afford it, you know? You can't. I buy the shit on auction and whatnot. Like, yeah, it is some important shit. Anyway, so yeah, take a fucking look at some real, extremely rare and limited edition type video games from my collection of vintage video games. These are all very rare, very expensive. Like this one here, Dick Puncher. Yeah, Dick Puncher was an official Nintendo release. It's part of the action series you can see here. And, you know, it is a 2D side scroller, as you can see. You play as a ginormous boxing glove on the end of an arm, and you just, you know, a pretty beefy arm at that, but you just like dick punch everyone constantly, just punching people in the dick. Just, man, this guy, that guy again. Double score bonus because you punched him twice. Yeah, Dick Puncher. It was for real. You know, it gets a little repetitive in the later stages, I have to admit. But yeah, Dick Puncher. Very rare, very valuable, but, you know, pretty good game. You can't say that all of the super valuable, super rare games are necessarily a lot of fun, but this one definitely is. Man Kisser. This one, you know, I mean, you need it if you're going to have that complete Activision collection that everybody loves to have, because then you just line them up and they go in that color order. You know, you get the whole rainbow of Activision stuff, you know, because they had the whole rainbow thing. Like, you know, all the boxes put next to each other form basically a rainbow. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you who know your Atari 2600 collecting, you know that you want boxed Activision games. You know this. So, yeah, Man Kisser, very, very highly sought after Activision game because it was so rare. Because there was a lot of public outrage about this. You know, it was a different time, and people were, you know, shitty about things that they shouldn't have been shitty about. But, you know how it is. You know how people get the, you know, early 1980s, very early 1980s. Yeah, just times were different. And so, yeah, definitely the most controversial of the Activision games. But you know what? I will say this, tight controls on this game, you know, easy to learn, difficult to master, you know, kind of a thing that takes a lifetime commitment if you're going to really, you know, get in there and do it. But, yeah, really, really a good game, once you get down to it. So, you know, I'm proud that I have this one. Anyway, oh man, I tell you, you know, these Sega Master System boxes, they really, really went way too minimalistic on these things. I mean, some people really like it. Some people really like, it's just clean and, text in hierarchical order. And that's what's good about it. It's good design. And other people are like, come on, man, you see this? It's just like graph paper, words on it, and a little teeny tiny picture in the corner, yeah. But this is the world's most incredible game, and I'm sure it was at the time. I mean, an incredible game. You've never played it because it's on the Sega Master System, and at most you have a Genesis or a Mega Drive. So, yeah, Master System you never got around to collecting for. It's a little more rare, a little more difficult to find stuff. And to find things like this, oh my God, you are never finding this. Like, this is only one of, I want to say, like 8 known copies in the world. And I have this one. So, like, you might find another one, but it's very unlikely that you will, because I know most of the other people who own these cartridges and they aren't looking to sell. So, yeah. And we've all agreed, we've made a pact that we will not ROM dump it at all. So you're on your own there. If anybody does ROM dump it, we will find out, and the rest of us will retaliate very harshly. So yeah. Anyway, pretty cool game, actually. I don't know if it's the most incredible, but it's it's a good time. There are no UFOs in it. Anyway, so, oh yeah, this is when Sega was really looking for that answer to Mario. They just wanted an animal mascot that they could rely on, that would be their cash cow. It wasn't always clear that Sonic was going to be it, and Sega took a lot of swings. They had a lot of misses. This is one of those misses. Larry the Incredible Pangolin. Nobody bought it. Nobody cared about it. He's kind of slow moving, and he doesn't do much. He rolls into a ball, but he doesn't move fast like Sonic or anything like that. He just moves at a regular pangolin pace, Yeah, that's semi like not running for sure, but like slightly faster than walking for like some of the time, but then stopping to walk. That thing that pangolin, you've watched pangolin videos on the internet. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of what this game is like. So, not a good game by any measure. It is rated M for mature, as you can see here. That's because, they tried to make him dangerous, and he's rescuing a lot of scantily clad women. And there is a lot of gore in this game, like a surprising amount of gore. It is, for a game this early, it's pretty gruesome, So that mature rating definitely earned here. So, yeah, Larry the Incredible Pangolin. I just wish it was a better game, honestly. But yeah. Oh, man. Now, you got to know who John Daly was for this to make any sense to you. But John Daly was a golfer who was known for drinking beers, smoking cigarettes, and being overweight, and still somehow managing to be a really great golfer. Now, this is young, thin John Daly. This is as thin as he ever was. By the time he retired, he was quite a thick gentleman. But yeah, he would smoke. He would full on smoke while playing in professional tournaments. Like, he did not give a fuck. And yeah, so he smoked, he drank, He, was kind of uncontrollable, and some people loved that aspect of him. Other people were like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, smoking golf, John Daly, like a lot of people this point in his career, they were kind of afraid of him and afraid of what he was doing to the noble sport of golf. And so, yeah, this didn't sell many copies. And, there aren't that many out there, and I have one, so it's pretty cool. Hey, why do I always create segments that take so long to create? Yeesh. Yeah, I did. Like, each one of those pictures of the video games, like, they took way too long to create. Is true. Every single one of them. Well, I mean, like, not that long technically. It's just the amount of time from having the idea to having the finished product to put on the page was longer than just typing it out. And it's easier if you could just, create a template and then type out over it. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, different segment. Course it is. Course it is. Why wouldn't it be at this point? Seriously, I am flying by the seat of my pants here. It's no rules, no holds barred. We're just finding out as we go. So, whatever it is, it is. We're just all going to find out together. Oh, yeah, Rem names your boat. It's not a segment. Okay. This is a good name for a boat. The untaxed income, because otherwise, how the fuck do you get a boat? You can't, like, it's ridiculous if you're like, I could just afford boats. Like, that sounds, pardon my pun, but it sounds fishy. You know what I'm saying? Sounds fishy. It sounds like you got some untaxed income there, friend. And, yeah, by you not letting the IRS know about it, you get to sail whenever you want to sail. So, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, my marriage is on the rocks. Often, goes without saying if you own a boat, but, sometimes you just need to communicate it, put it out there, let the guys know, like, hey, I'm looking for someone to communicate with, someone who would tell me that I'm not a terrible person and will listen to me. So you going to be that guy? Because, this is what I named my boat. You should know going in. Anyway, whatever the opposite of Robin Hood is. Yeah, so whoever's out there stealing from the poor to give it to the rich, that is basically what I'd be doing, if I'm owning this boat specifically. Anyway, money crimes paid for this boat where I commit my sex crimes. So I commit my sex crimes on the boat, paid for the boat with money crimes. Man, that's like wildly accurate. When we reach international waters, the things going on below deck won't be illegal anymore. Yeah, I mean, that goes for any boat, technically. I mean, who knows what's going on below deck? Why is it illegal? Anyway, until you get to international waters, who knows? Who knows what people get into? My reward for keeping the family's skeletons in the closet where they belong. Oh, yeah, I'll never tell. My family's secret shame. Oh, I know all about it. But, yeah, I got the family yacht, and that's good enough for me. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't advance it too fast. I'll tell you my golf handicap within 5 minutes of meeting you. Yeah, now that's a boat name. Like, that tells you something about the owner that you would not otherwise know. you'd be like, yeah, now I know what kind of person I'm dealing with. Anyway, are these boat names or is this just a forum for hating on boat owners? Yeah, it sounds like I'm really hating on boat owners. That's ridiculous. The Bikini Juggler. This is a good name for a boat. Look at him juggling those girls in bikinis. I'll tell father. Oh man, the I'll tell father. That is a serious, serious boat name. Fuckboat Jr. Yeah, you can't do any better than Fuckboat Jr. That's the best of boats. Okay, sweet. Moving right through. Another segment. Oh, yeah, this is fun. I like this. I like this as a game because I have done this when it was my friends working in the supermarket or in the Walmart and whatnot. Now it's students working there, so I can't do this game. It would have to be a student that like knows what I'm doing. Otherwise, like, it's a very small town. Word would get around. Anyway, groups of 3 items which, when purchased together in a retail situation, will raise suspicion about your intentions. Yeah. So, like, you buy 3 things that, whoever sees you buying them is going to be like, the fuck are they getting into? That's the point. You buy 3 things. You've probably heard this thing before, this premise before. But what 3 things can you buy that make people wonder what you're up to the most? Anyway, chicken breasts, a bicycle pump, and a bra. Like, what are you doing? Is the bicycle pump for what I think it's for? Are the chicken breasts going where I think they're going? Like, ooh. I don't know about this. Anyway, yeah. List number 2. Snow-cap lard, condoms, and a very normal toilet plunger. Okay, a word about these fucking toilet plungers. I do not have this variety. Mine is just the wooden handle. Like, I just, everywhere I've ever lived, it's just been the wooden handle. But some people have these ones where it's a plastic, like acrylic, like clear plastic, and it's got these novelties on the end. And every time I see them, my brain is like, okay, let's play a game called Who in This Household May Have Used This as a Sex Toy? Like, it's a game that definitely, there are definite answers, because every time I see one of these, like, honestly, I'm not, like, fucking Richard Gere of putting stuff up my butt, Like, this is not my game. It's not what I'm known for. Scouting report on me is like butt stuff. Nah, not really. Anyway, but like, here's the fun part about it is that like, I would if I lived in a house that had one of these, I know for a fact that at some point when I was like drunk or high or whatever, that I would be like, you know what? It's time. It's time we find out what these ribbledies, what these like Benoit balls on the end of this plunger feel like inside of me. Because like, you can't make something like this and leave it in a place where people are with their pants down regularly. Like almost every single time you go in there, pants down, and then you have to look at this and be like, okay, all right, that's just a normal toilet plunger. Like, that's going inside of somebody. It just is. It just is. Tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that. Anyway, list number 3, a lavender bath bomb, season 3 of Coach on DVD, and a massaging shower head. Yeah, you're going to just massage away all of your cares and woes into that lavender bath bomb. You're going to put season 3 of Coach on DVD. You know, pop that in your like laptop perched on the toilet or something. And then you're just going to go to town with that shower head. Yeah, you're just going to like let that shower head take you places. Anyway, like, come on. We all know that's how your evening's going. But like, why season 3 of Coach? Why? That's the part that's going to mess with people's heads. Anyway, list number 4. Nasal tissue, hand lotion, number 2. Like, you can sort of see where this is going. And then number 3, the King James Version of the Bible. Like, oh, is he doing this because of the Bible? Or, my God, is he doing this with the Bible or to the Bible or about the Bible or between the pages of the Bible? Like, you, after a while, you just want to stop asking questions because your brain's tired and you're like, I don't know what this guy's doing with the Bible, but it's definitely like nasal tissue, hand lotion. We all know the code. We know what that means. But Bible, what is he doing? Anyway, list number 5, can of Pringles, rubber gloves, and a massive container of BB gun ammo. Oh, man. Okay, the Pringles and the gloves, we kind of know how those are going together. You going to fill this with BBs and then just like try and pack those BBs somehow? You know, like you're doing that, you know, Shaolin freaking, you know, putting your hands into the thing of rice over and over again and then gravel and then whatever. Like your hands become stronger over time, but you're doing that with your dick. Like into a can of Pringles, rubber gloves, and you just fill it full of BBs, fill it full of hot lead, you know, and you just pound away. Get that dick in pounding shape, I guess. I guess you're going to have a Shaolin dick by the time you're done. So what's going to happen? Anyway, you with your Shaolin dick is going to be, hold up. Your Shaolin dick is going to hit that pussy like, psh, psh, whoo, 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 psh. I mean, and it's going to be overdubbed too, so that pussy, when it's talking back, is not going to be in sync with the sounds. Anyway, pussy talking back. That sounds terrifying. Anyway, moving on. Hey, here we go. A stepladder, a spool of heavy rope, and a copy of Killing Reagan by Bill Old Gropey O'Reilly. Yeah, fucking Old Gropey grabbing all the women folk and just being like, hey, let me grab you because I'm a creepy old fucking man. And then still write books and have people on the right be like, I love that man. I think that man's a good man and he writes good books. Even though the first word of every title is killing. Like killing Jesus, killing JFK, killing Reagan, killing fucking everything. Ugh, it's ridiculous. Anyway, list number 7, a flashlight, a reacher slash grabber, and a hamster and gerbil food. And by the way, Full Cheeks is 100% a real company that makes hamster and gerbil food. So enjoy that. Enjoy that little bit of knowledge, like Full Cheeks. But yeah, if you need a flashlight and a reacher grabber, like you probably did with a hamster, what you heard that fucking Richard Gere had done with a hamster, and now it's tearing up your asshole something fierce, and you want to like coax it out with some fucking hamster and gerbil food, and then grab the shit out of it with the grabber and get him the fuck out of there. Yeah, because you can't have a second one up there. That's ridiculous. Anyway, get enough trouble with the one as tis. Anyway, regardless. Oh, show's over. Damn, that was fast. No closure. This program was made possible by the Igneous and Gertrudina Buttcomer Foundation. Promotional considerations provided by Ralph Morgan's Extra Strangly Snakes, the Lonely Ass Librarians Guild, Grandpappy True Reel's Foul-Smelling Balms and Gruels, and the one and only True God. This program was directed and performed by Rem Pemberton. Written by Braxton Whiteguy. Theme song by the Out of Tuners. A presentation of Non-Sober Badger Productions. A subsidiary of the large, boring-sounding corporation with surprisingly questionable business practices, Lawful Asset Holdings Incorporated. A branch of the intentionally vague corporation whose purpose may never be known, the Blaine Group. And communism. It's not dead yet, suckers. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for a fun time. Last one before the break ends. And glad that we got to do it. Glad we threw it together real quick. And yeah, this is, under an hour. You're welcome. For fuck's sake, some of these are way too long. Even I agree. So, 40-something minutes, not too shabby. Anyway, people, hey, that is it for this one. I will see you in the next fucking one. Hey, just thank you, man. For real. For watching this. I make them. You don't have to watch them, but you do, and that's awesome. Anyway, okay. Bye.